It is said that love is blind. It doesn't see right or wrong. It's simply fixated on its own desires. It is also believed that a person's judgment weakens in love. In some cases, love stories succeed, while others end in painful tragedy. Such is the story of Shakereh Khaleeli, a beautiful woman from a royal family who fell prey to the greed and deception of a cunning man. She paid the ultimate price for her involvement with this man, who claimed to be worth billions. Who was this man, and who was Shakereh Khaleeli? Today, we dive into this entire story. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe and don't forget to hit the notification bell. Now, coming to today's story, Shakereh Khaleeli was born into a wealthy, noble Muslim family. She was the granddaughter of Mirza Ismail, a former Diwan chief administrator of a royal household. At 18, Shakereh married her first cousin Akbar Khaleeli, who was an IF's Indian Foreign Service officer and had served as High Commissioner in multiple countries, including Australia. Due to his foreign postings, Akbar was often away, which troubled Shakereh greatly. Despite her wealth and beautiful daughters, she longed for a son, but Akbar's constant absence led to frequent arguments at home. In 1983, Shakereh, a socialite and real estate developer, attended a royal function hosted by the Nawab of Rampur, where she met a man named Shraddhanand. His real name was Murli Manohar Misra, and he hailed from Sagar, Madhya Pradesh. Skilled in property and tax matters, he was also known for his clever manipulation. He claimed to possess knowledge of occult practices and quickly impressed Shakereh with his expertise. When Shraddhanand discovered Shakereh's aristocratic background and immense wealth, he began courting her. As their meetings continued, Shakereh's desire for a son and Shraddhanand's growing greed brought them closer together. In 1985, following Akbar's prolonged absences and fueled by Shraddhanand's influence, Shakereh divorced Akbar and married Shraddhanand in 1986. Her family, including her 3 daughters, was shocked and severed ties with her. She moved to Bangalore with her youngest daughter and shifted to a lavish mansion she owned on Richmond Road. Over time, however, Shraddhanand's true intentions began to surface. He was not interested in her love, but rather her wealth. Shakereh's daughters were estranged from her, yet she wished to distribute her property equally among them. As Shakereh planned to transfer her assets to her daughters, Shraddhanand became increasingly worried about losing his access to her wealth. Determined to secure her property, he concocted a plan to eliminate Shakereh. On April 28, 1991, Shraddhanand sent all the servants away and prepared tea mixed with sedatives for Shakereh. As she slipped into unconsciousness, he placed her inside a coffin and buried it in a pit he had prepared inside the house. Later, he arranged for marble flooring to cover the area, sealing Shakereh's grave within her own home. Months passed without any news of Shakereh. Her daughter Saba, who lived in Mumbai, tried calling her frequently but was told by Shraddhanand that Shakereh was traveling. After nearly 9 months, suspicions grew, and Saba filed a missing person report with the police, suspecting Shraddhanand's involvement. In 1994, a police constable stumbled upon a drunken man boasting about how our boss had buried his wife in the house. This led to the reopening of the investigation, and soon, the truth emerged. Shraddhanand was arrested, and the horrifying details of Shakereh's murder came to light. Today, her tragic tale serves as a somber reminder of the dangers of blind trust and unchecked greed. On top of that, he organized a party with alcohol, music, and dance in full swing. The entire night was spent in partying and dancing on this marble floor, while below the floor, Shakereh Khaleeli was suffering in her coffin, alive, crying out for help. This continued for 3 years. Parties were held just like that, and Shraddhanand enjoyed himself immensely. Before burying Shakereh alive in 1987, he had already obtained the power of attorney for her property and continued living a lavish life in that house. It wasn't until his servant's mistake that the truth came out, and the reality of Shakereh Khaleeli's death became known to the world. The police took Shraddhanand to the location based on clues, dug up the floor, and found the coffin containing Shakereh's dead body. This entire process was video recorded, marking the first instance of crime scene videography in India. Shakereh's daughter identified some ornaments found on the skeleton as her mother's, but the DNA test was essential to confirm the identity. This DNA test, the first of its kind in India, proved the skeleton was indeed Shakereh Khaleeli. When the forensic team examined the coffin and skeleton, they found scratch marks from her nails on all sides, indicating that Shakereh had tried to break free after regaining consciousness. She attempted to scratch through the wooden coffin with her nails in a desperate effort to escape, but ultimately suffocated to death. Imagining the pain of such a death struggling in a buried coffin sends chills down the spine. This shocking news reached the media and made headlines across the country, leaving people stunned. How could a person be so merciless, burying his own wife alive and partying on the floor above her grave, all in his greed for wealth? On April 30th, 1994, Shraddhanand was arrested, and the trial lasted 11 years with 155 witnesses. On May 21st, 2005, the Bengaluru Sessions Court sentenced him to death for Shakereh Khaleeli's murder. The court described it as a rarest of rare case, saying he didn't deserve to live for burying his wife alive just for money, installing an expensive marble floor over her grave, and partying on it regularly. The case went to the High Court, which upheld Shraddhanand's death sentence. In 2007, it reached the Supreme Court, and in 2008, the death sentence was commuted to life imprisonment. The verdict specified that Shraddhanand would not be eligible for parole or bail. After a few years in a Bengaluru jail, he was transferred to Sagar Central Jail in Madhya Pradesh in 2011, where he remains. He has been fighting legal battles over his property as well. Shraddhanand, now around 80, suffers from various illnesses. In November 2022, after the release of the Rajiv Gandhi assassination convicts, Shraddhanand also filed a plea in the Supreme Court for his release based on good behavior, which was accepted for consideration. Soon, proceedings on his plea might begin. He even appealed to the president for release based on his good conduct. This case has been dubbed "Dancing on the Grave" by the media, and a documentary by the same name was released on April 20th, 2023, featuring real crime scenes and interviews